Hello everybody and welcome back to the Open Door with me, Mickey. We are exactly 1 week away from Lent. I can't believe that Ash Wednesday is just around the corner. And I have a confession. I really hate Lent, but at the same time, I really love Lent because it allows me to reacquaint myself with simplicity and purification and a deepening of my prayer life, which is exactly what it's intended to do, to get back to the basics, right? Back to the basics of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Christ clearly teaches about these things in scriptures, and so during Lent, it is our time to give an intentional focus in those areas: fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. So I really encourage you this Lent to think about one thing that you want to do in each of those areas. What's a form of prayer? Something that you could do to deepen your relationship with God. One way to fast, and it doesn't have to do anything with food. You can fast from complaining or negative attitudes, or I don't know. I mean, the list could go on and on. There's so many more creative blogs out there or articles out there that give ideas of fasting. Fasting from some sort of technology. And then a form of almsgiving. How are you going to share your time, your talents, and your treasure with those around you, with those in need? And one of the sort of traps, at least for myself, that I have fallen into, and I mean no offense to anyone by saying this, but I just know it hasn't worked for me. So in years past, when what I have decided to fast from was something like coffee or sweets, or a certain kind of snack or soda. Like, I guess it was good for those, 40 days because I practiced self-control and self-discipline, and that's all good and everything. But for me, when Easter came around, then all I did was pick up that thing again. So if I had given up sweets, then after Easter, I would just start eating sweets again. And I found that it wasn't spiritually transformative, at least for me. So I really wanted to think about things that I could really work on giving up, that or fasting from, that's actually going to maybe create a habit for myself that will change my behavior. Because my goal for this year is that at Easter, I don't return back to the person that I am right now. Not that I think the person I am right now is terrible or anything, but once I've made progress, I don't want to regress. And so, what are those things that you can do in your life to make sure that they are always pushing you closer and closer to God, and that at Easter we, in a sense, don't relapse. We don't become the same person, because that's not what Lent is designed to do. It's supposed to transform us, deepen our relationship with God, hopefully start creating a new habit for ourselves of prayer and service, of purification and simplicity, and a solid relationship with God. So again, I encourage you this next week to really put some thought into what you want to do this Lent in those areas of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, going back to the basics of a deep spiritual life. And again, I always love hearing from you, ideas of things that have worked in the past, things that you have found to be transformative, things that have really been beneficial and helpful to your spiritual life and your soul. I hope that you have a great week. I pray for wisdom and discernment as you continue to think and pray about your Lenten commitments. And I hope you have a great week. Take care, and God bless.